Hey, it's your girl Moni 69 Ways, and I'm here with another week recap of the Beyond the Gates episode 55, 56. I'm forgot what episodes I'm doing, but I did skip last week, unfortunately, because life was life. But yeah, so I'm here to discuss episodes 55 and 56, which was Monday and Tuesday's episodes. Yes, but before I get into the episodes. If you are new here, make sure you are subscribed and hit the notification bell and hit the like button for your girl. Hey there, Jay. Yeah, so let me get into this recap of the Beyond the Gates. So yeah, so episode 55, I'm gonna start off with the less interesting characters, which is Ashley and Derek for me. She pissed me off, I will have to say, because it seemed like Derek is the only one that's trying in a relationship, and she is giving him a hard time. Like he know he's been a slob, so he's trying to clean the house for her. Think he thinks she's at work and she's come home early, I guess to get something to eat or get some lunch or something. He cleaning the house, with gloves on, using products and stuff, and he cleaned the refrigerator. Some scratches on the refrigerator. She pissed me off. Okay, she pissed me off. So it was some scratches on the refrigerator. Talking about she can't get her deposit back now. It was just like she's so focused on getting her deposit back instead of the gesture of him trying to pick up behind himself and clean up behind himself. Okay, and be useful around the house. But no, 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 no. She had to find fault with everything he do. Like he can blink wrong and she will find a problem. So she really got on my nerves. I'm like, damn, do you like want to be with this dude or not? It was just, yeah, she get on my nerves real bad. I mean, I already don't like them. They like my least favorite couple on the show. So yeah, I already don't like them, but I didn't like her ass. I did not like Ashley. She got on my nerves for real. Um, and then he like trying to still talk about getting a new place. He want to get a bigger place. Cause mind you, this is her place. Is she only got like a studio apartment, like her bedroom literally right there and the living room right here. So he's like, okay, he trying to like fix the situation. He think they should get a new place of their own, so they call their own because he feeling awkward as well, and he know that something is wrong. And every time she asked him, "Is everything okay?" She said yes. She said everything's fine. She like, no, that's fine. Child, she got on my nerves, and he made mistake and throw her food away because he thought it was spoiled. She threw a hissy fit about that. Yeah, so he feel like she doesn't want him there. That's what it was given. That's how terrible her attitude was towards him. So he said, like, I think it was a mistake for them to move in together. And I agree, because she really acting like she didn't can't stand to look at him or be in his presence. But I'm understanding that you so used to having your own space, but the way she was coming at Derek, it was wild. Like he was a square up off the street, and not her boyfriend. Um, so Derek took the silent confirmation about them not living together any longer. So he took that as a yes, like she doesn't want him there. So he begins to pack his stuff, and then Ashley, I think she's supposed to be going back to work, but she ended up at Uptown, and she had to call Shanice, the head nurse at work, said she won't be in today. She need a day off. So yeah, and then she ran into Andre. So happily ran into Andre. Ain't that nice? Yeah, but I really don't care about the situation to be honest. So that's why I get them out the way. So ooh, let's talk about Eva, Ted. They are at Ofra Jean's Soul Food Kitchen. Um, since Ted knows that it's Eva's birthday, he decided to, I guess, have dinner with her. Got a gift for her. as well. So he also told Andre, because Andre is there as well. And Ted told Andre that he went by Leslie, Dana Leslie, and all her aliases apartment to see if she had any plans for Eva's birthday. And she didn't. She could care less. All she cares about is trying to get with Ted. And she blames everything on Eva. Everything that happened on Eva, which is wild to me. But yeah, so she has nothing planned, and Ted realized how more twisted Dana Leslie is. Um yeah, so Eva eventually arrives to the diner. Um and then Ted asks her, why didn't you tell me like it was your birthday? Because mind you, he don't know this is her birthday. So he was like, why you ain't tell me? Because he want to make up for these things, time lost due to Dana Leslie not telling him that he got a child in the world, another child in the world. So he trying to make things up. Get her a gift bag. It was a nice picture frame of her in a nice dress, looking nice at the. It was a picture of her from the, I think the anniversary party, I want to say, or was it a war? No, it was an anniversary. I think that was the dress. And she took it. And then Andre excused himself. He got a text and talking about he got some business to attend to. So he dismissed himself. Eva was looking at the photo. She like, it's a thought that count, right? She trying to, I guess, seem like she liked the gift, but she really don't. Even Ted picked that up, and Ted like, okay, so what's wrong? You like the gift, but, and she was like, it was just a reminder of the photo of being a wannabe, because mind you, she is wearing a dress that belongs to Ted's real daughter. He was like, you my daughter too. And she just feeling like that picture remind her that she don't belong, and she's is that girl in the picture is a liar due to setting up Nicole and Ted with the whole anniversary party and stuff. So yeah, he said, you my real daughter too. So that was a little sweet moment between those two. At the casino. uh Everything go down at this little casino. But Pamela, you see Dani and Pamela, they still on the tables, winning some money. So they're trying to win money to, they're trying to start up this modeling agency. And mind you, Joey is there along with Doug, because he's still trying to get his money from Doug, and he trying to get Doug to get his wife into paying his debts by letting Joey infiltrate her real estate business, because he wanted to learn her money so bad through her real estate business. So that's how Doug can repay Joey. But yeah, so Dani insists that Pamela stop gambling because they on the winning streak. She said, let's stop betting while we're ahead, so they cash out. Leaving Joey to call Vanessa for a meeting, and he also invited Doug. He was like, we gonna make this happen one way or another. So he made a meeting with Vanessa, Doug's wife. So yeah. So we have oh yeah, Vanessa was on the phone with Nicole. Nicole thinking about selling her house. And I'm like, what? Hey there, Harold. Thank you for coming through. Yeah, so around you, Nicole is trying to sell her house. And this just happened. I think it is too soon. I think this is like a rash decision. I'm like, girl, why you just don't change your wig or change your hairstyle? Why are you making a rash decision just to sell the house so quick? I don't understand. Yeah, so she's trying to sell the house, and Vanessa is like advising her to wait on that, because things can work out between her and Ted. So yeah. Also Diego, her I guess her ex sneaky link, or used to be a sneaky link of Vanessa, came in while she was at Uptown. She got off the phone with Nicole. Diego announced his date, and his date turned out to be Pamela. Because when Pamela left the casino, she went straight to Uptown to meet with Diego, which is Vanessa, one of Vanessa's sneaky links. Vanessa was stunned to see Diego like really lay a kiss on Pamela just to make her jealous. So yeah, but I'm glad. I wasn't sure was it real, but I'm glad it wasn't real because I'm like, what the heck? He went from one Kruger to another. So yeah. So he when he got to their booth, Diego explained the kiss to Pamela. He like he just said he was just trying to make her jealous, Vanessa jealous, and Pamela remind him that Vanessa is a married woman and preferred to keep business and pleasure separate. Unlike she preferred keep business and pleasure separate. Okay. Um, Diego asks if this ruins their friendship, but Pamela dismissed all that. She just trying to like recruits Diego for the modeling agency that her and Dani is trying to create. So they recruiting some models because I remember Dani tried to recruit was it she was trying to recruit Eva, I think. Actually, she had any modeling spirit. She was trying to recruit somebody. But yeah, so they trying to get this going. So she just said, have you ever considered modeling? That was like the end of that scene. Um Ain't that a mess? Diego strike me as a stalker. It's something about him I can't put my fingers on yet. He's something. I mean, Vanessa must got that good because you was like really trying to make her jealous, like out of all the women around your age or her age, whatever. Yeah, so Diego is a weird one. But yeah, so we see Joey arrives to Uptown to talk to Vanessa about this property deals or whatever. They have discussed it. And he's trying to get her onto this property deal. And she giving pushback. And we see Doug arrive. One moment he saying that he stepped to them and he said that their daughter Dana just experienced her first heartbreak, just to get Joy out the way. Okay. And because we know Joy was flirting with Vanessa, still trying to get her on this property deal. And Doug came up with a lie talking about using his daughter, Deanna, whatever her name is, that she just experienced her first heartbreak. And she excuses Joey because she wanted to call her daughter. And she was like, why she didn't call me? Why she didn't reach out to me? And Doug admitted that he lied just about the heartbreak and just to get Joey out the way. And Vanessa looking like, what the heck? And she been warning. She thinking Doug is cheating this whole time. And she admitted out loud that she been cheating. Okay. She like, I finally admitted to say that out loud. Even Doug knew all along. But he is not cheating. He had to like really tell her like I'm not cheating. But he said, but you are keeping something. He admit that he keeping something, but he didn't share what he was keeping away from her about this gambling that he got. Like he got a gambling problem. So that's his secret of it all. That's his woman he been cheating with. He has a gambling debt and a gambling problem. So yeah. And she was kind of relieved. She took a breath. She said she relieved and she can take a breath. And I'm like, okay, so where do y'all go from here? And she glad that they could put that cards on the table. But the only person who put the last card on the table was Doug, which is his gambling debt that he owes Joey. And Joey wants him to talk her into let him in launder money through her real estate business. So there's that with them. Who else I want to talk about now? So we get to Dani house. That text that Andre had got earlier, that Dani sent a text. She summoned him to her house. So that she felt so good because she left the casino feeling like a winner. So she wants to continue this good vibe with Andre. So they was rolling around in bed naked, got that groove on. And then all of a sudden after they was getting it on, who was suggested? I think Andre. They had wanted to grab something from Uptown, but Dani remembered that Pamela is there with a client. So she said we should order in, right? Andre wondered if Dani is like wanting to hide this relationship, not just from Nicole, but from other people. I mean, I thought that was clear that one time, episodes ago. I thought that was clear. That Dani reminded him that they agreed to keep things quiet. And Andre all of a sudden want to switch up and want a relationship. So he wants something more than just sex. Dani said she's not ready to go public because after her divorce and all. And she just, trying to find her footing and what she want to do with the rest of her life, because she was normally was a momager to her daughter Chelsea, and she was also a housewife. So she gave up her modeling career for when she married Bill. So Bill, so she said, I'm not like ready to get into a deep relationship because the last relationship she got in, she fell heads over heels and she gave up her career. So she's just trying to find what makes her happy and trying to find out who is Dani is. So she want to find out who she is. Even it's not too late in the game, even though she's older. She just said she's been through a lot. So she want to find out who she is and what she want to do with the rest of her life. And she finding it out trying to build this modeling agency with her friend, what's her Pamela. So yeah, so he looked disappointed, then he got up out the bed and left. What else? Oh, Jacob, baby. Because last time we saw Jacob, he went to Dana Leslie house and said, she need to come down to the police station. So she came down to the police station without a fight. So he brought her down because, mind you, last week, Kat gave him the recording of Dana Leslie, all her aliases, quote unquote, admitting that Eva is the one who ran Laura off the road. And he came down there to, lightly interrogate her, I guess, ask us her questions. And told her that we are here about the Laura car accident, and asked her what she was at that night or when that happened. I mean, she went all the way around the mulberry bush, and he also played a recording for her, which I was shocked. But she know who gave him the recording, and she was talking about she warned Jacob not to trust Kat, but Kat is his family. Okay, he been around Kat a long time now. He played the recording. Leslie details about Eva running Laura off the road, and Jacob accused her of shifting the blame on Eva because he don't believe it's Eva. He think it's her. And Dana Leslie, kind of played it off and think that Kat should be arrested for recording. And he said that's legal here in DC, so it got to be one party consent. So I guess Kat was a party to consent to record. So she called it Dana Leslie called it entrapment. Jacob remind her no, he asked her if now she admitting on the record for Eva running Laura off the road. And Dana Leslie denies, claiming that she was only messing with Kat at the time, yeah, so he asked her where she was at that night, and she mentioned Mona name, Jane name, and she said we had lunch at Orford Jeans. He like, okay, that's the afternoon. What about after that? She's like, oh, I maybe was at work or something. I'm like, really? I'm like, even though he said like you not obligated to stay, like you are not being charged, why you volunteer all this information? She like really messing herself up, in my opinion. He said I would look into that. I will talk to them. And he was like, if I call your employer, will they corroborate with your story? Harold. I don't think Jacob was supposed to stay who gave him the tip. Well, at least in real life, I think you're supposed to keep the tipper anonymous. Yeah, but if she listened, but I ain't expect him to play the tape because he played the tape. That's obvious because it was only 2 people in the room, Kat and Dana Leslie. Well, it was 8 people in the room. Dana Leslie, all her aliases. Yeah, so yeah, she like Tommy. She ain't got no job. She only job she got was from the money that Ted paid off with that 50K. But the only person who really had a job initially was Eva. She the only one that was really legit working, even though it was under false pretenses. Um, yeah, so he was like, you have the right to call a lawyer. He like, you ain't being charged, but you have the right to call a lawyer, okay? And Dana Leslie, always teasing about she hoped that he catches the menace who is wandering around, the dangerous psychopath who's wandering around town. So which is her. She's a psychopath. So yeah, that was that. And then at the country club, Cat, stay away from Tomas. Tomas is not for you, okay? Bump Tomas. He is not for you. So she ran into Tomas at the country club. And she bumped into him. She didn't know it was him, but she realized it was him outside his suit. And he was there at the country club, I guess he said he worked out there or something. And Kat demanded apology for him bumping into her. So she saw him, they sat down. Kat confronted him about holding Eva's hand, because remind you, she was supposed to meet him back at Uptown. She came back to Uptown. She saw him with Eva, and she kind of got upset. And she said she walked around the block. By the time she got back, he was gone. He said, I had to get back to work, and stuff like that. And she said she felt the kind of way of seeing him holding Eva's hand. And Tomas said, like, I ain't never told you I was gonna like stay away from Eva. He like, no. He said, I was just trying. She said she is a human being. I was just trying to comfort her. Which he did, but I still don't trust Tomas. I don't trust Tomas. He is not for Cat. And he need to say that. She said about the recording and how Dana Leslie admitted to Eva ran Laura off the road, and she went to her cousin Jacob and stuff like that. And Kat accusing him of not wanting his image of Eva ruined. Tomas says the recording is hearsay because he's a lawyer, which is true. I think Jacob told her that because she did like trying to go down there and trying to get Eva locked up with no hardcore evidence. And Kat is offended by his disinterest until he tells her she's beautiful and smart. Then they kiss. And Tomas admitted that their relationship had lost some momentum in recent weeks. I mean, of course it's gonna lose momentum because her whole family life has shattered on her parents' anniversary. So she kind of feeling like she's feeling it too, but she really invested because it's like she's on the case of taking out Eva and Dana Leslie. And yeah, she is really not accepting to Eva if Eva is to be her stepsister. I mean her half sister. And Ken noticed that he had tattoos, and he shared some stories about him being in the Navy and how he put his self through college by being in the Navy. And he remembered the times, it was some good times, and it had built him to the person that he is right now. Kat said she's usually not a tattoo person, and she said she loves it. So he invited her to go to dinner later. She declined because she wants to take down Eva. She's trying to get to the police station and see what Jacob got going on with the recording she gave him. She think that that's automatically going to lock up Eva. That's not how that works. So she want Eva to end up in prison, and that kind of turned Tomas off. So he was disappointed. And she was like, "Oh, you mad at me?" I'm like, "Yeah, he mad at you because you." And she said, "This is who I am." She did say, "This is who I am," and that turned him off so bad. So yeah, that was the end of that scene for them. So let's get to Episode 56, baby. Let me get Anita, Vernon, and Tracy out the way, because Tracy, Anita called up Tracy, which was her former group mate and friend from the Articulates, which is an interesting name, Articulates. And she just waited. She called. She said she's gonna take a train ride there. I guess from Philly, and she just anxiously waiting for her to show up. And she was just saying, "I want." She was like wondering if she would show or not, even though she said she would. She just wanted to see if she would come through. She came through. They brought up some old times. Um at the back then when they was in a group and when they was in high school, about old boyfriends and what they was wearing and stuff. And Tracy did recall meeting Vernon at the Regal Theater and how upset Sharon was when Vernon left with Anita instead of her. I was like, ooh, honey, that's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to meet Sharon. I want to see who's gonna play Sharon. Okay, I cannot wait to meet Sharon. That's all I'm gonna say. They were just laughing of the fond memories of the old times with the articulates and stuff like that. And she also brought up Dante Green, who created Discord, because Anita did compliment her, said how she was pretty or beautiful or something like that. She said she hate that compliment because it started with Dante Green and it trying to cause dissension, contentions in the group, which it did kind of stir the pot. You know how that goes in the music world when you have a girl group or a boy group. It's always that one who always want to cause tension or cause a rift between the group members by saying all these little things and stuff like that, trying to get under the bandmate's skin because they propping up one. You know how that goes. So yeah. Anita smiles. Anita assists that she stays with her and Vernon at their house instead of the hotel and stuff like that. So yeah, that was a cute scene. Her catching up with her old friend slash group mate. That was a cute scene with Anita and Tracy. Um, so we had Uptown. Ashley is still distraught about uh her relationship with Derek. I don't know why, because you treating him bad. He's a nice guy, but you treat him bad. So yeah, so she canceled her shift at the hospital, and Andrea arrived, of course. See her in distress because they still are friends, even though he was trying to kiss her. Say he wanted to be more than friends, but she had to curve him. But yeah, so he checked in on her. She confided in him, blowing up with Derek. Her and Derek had a big blow up at the apartment, and talking about how it is living with each other and it's not all cracked up to be. Andre assured her that it would take that things will work out and it's not her fault, not all of her fault and stuff like that. And he encouraged her to talk to Derek to patch things up. Actually decided that she wanted to make things right with Derek and that he's a good guy. I'm like, why you couldn't think that he was a good guy when you was at the house? Because every time he opened his mouth or he blinked wrong or looked wrong, you was on one, okay? Whew, you was on one. It's like he could not be in your presence. That's how you was acting. It would be lit if they got Victoria Ross to play Sharon. That's what. Yeah, that'd be lit. Yeah, when they said she was supposed to initially play Anita Dupree, I was like, okay, but I can also see her as Anita's sister if Anita got any siblings. But yeah, I can also see her playing Sharon. I read that she auditioned to play Anita. Yep. Yeah, so that'd be awesome if they get Victoria Ross to play Sharon. That would be interesting. But I can't wait to see whoever it's gonna be. But it's definitely given that Sharon had something going on with Vernon, or wanted to have something going on with Vernon. So we shall see what comes of that. Meanwhile, Derek is at the Ashley apartment packing his stuff, and then his Jan, Ashley mother came by, to offer to make him some dinner. He declined, and he said thanks anyway. She noticed that something is off, that something is wrong, and she noticed the suitcase, and she said, "I'm gonna let you unpack." She think he's still unpacking, like he's still moving in, but no, he's packing to leave your daughter. But Derek doesn't correct her when she said, "I'm gonna let you unpack." Um, she assured him that move-ins are rough and y'all will get through it. Yada yada yada. Things will work out. Ashley came to the house with Andre. Andre assists to drive her home because it's getting dark out. Ashley admitted that she noticed that Derek's stuff is gone and his suitcase is gone. So she said he left, and Andre is like trying to assure her, like, no, he'll be back, and stuff like that. So she worried like if it's too late, and she started to break down to cry, which I really didn't care, girl. I really didn't care because it seemed like it took you an hour or two just to realize he's a good guy. I guess, because you was really giving it to him earlier. So Kat visited Jacob at the police station and to get any updates on Laura's accident. And, he said that Dana Leslie and all her aliases denies implicating Eva and claimed that she was just messing with you. And he admitted that she is suspicious. She is on the suspect list in his eyes. He expect her more than Eva, but Kat got it out for Eva. So yeah, and he asked Kat to stay out of it and let him do his job, basically. And he need hardcore evidence just to, get an arrest. He just can't go arrest off of what Dana Leslie on her alias said on the recording, because like they said earlier, it's really hearsay. So yeah. So Kat's still on a mission, and he did say that Dana Leslie on her aliases just left the precinct. So yeah. Derek visited Jacob at the station. I'm thinking he left town or went back to his old roommates, because he did suggest they go back to his old roommates. He just said him and Ashley had a rough patch. He didn't think moving in with Ashley would be such a terrible thing. It kind of blew up on them. And Jacob is stunned to learn that Derek moved out. And he asked to crash on Jacob's couch. And he was like, no. Naomi ain't finna go for that. And Naomi is Ashley's friend. So heck no. He's trying to get me in the doghouse too, basically. And he just told him, like, go back and work it out if you like really love her. He encouraged her to give it another chance to, really work things out between him and Ashley. Ashley weeps. We see at the apartment Ashley weeping in Andre's arms. Derek approached the door. Instead of opening, he quietly walks away because he hears like Andre and Ashley, which is wild. But at the hospital, now this is the kicker. At the hospital, Dana Leslie and all her aliases decide to walk in on Laura. I'm like, girl, you trying to get fined out because you went from the police station, Jacob questioning you off this recording that Kat gave him. Now you going back to the hospital, which is kind of a scene of a crime of you like poisoning or giving Laura some drugs in her IV, which is causing her potassium to spike and causing her to go into some cardiac arrest joint or something happening with her heart. And yeah, so she was stupid and wild for walking up on Laura. And Laura knows who she is, because she introduced herself as Dana Leslie or whatever. She's like, oh, you her, because he said you the one that ruined Ted and Nicole's relationship or something. And Leslie picked up the pillow, placing it under Laura's head, assuring her that she has no intention of harming her. I'm like, I guess if you say so, girl. have no intention of harming her. That's laughable. But why are you there? Because you're making yourself look even more guilty, in my opinion. Um, Dana Leslie brought up Eva and asked who Laura thinks ran her off the road. And Lauren's like, it was dark and the light was so bright behind her. She don't know who ran her off the road. Okay. So Laura says she has no idea. Leslie admit things don't look good for Eva. It could appear that Eva tried to hurt Laura just to get her job or something like that. And Laura said the theory tracks given what happened at the Richmond anniversary party. Leslie insists that Eva isn't malicious. I'm like, but why are you there to say these things to her? I don't get her. It's like weird. But Kat, I'm glad Kat had came over and visit Laura that day because Dana Leslie need to get out and leave Laura alone. But Kat entered and shocked to see Dana Leslie, and all her aliases. Leslie mocked Kat's new role as a police informant due to giving that recording to Jacob. She called her a police informant. So that crazy lady left. Laura tells Kat what Dana Leslie, all her aliases implied that Eva caused the accident. But at the end, she said it sounded like she was trying to confess that it was her. And Kat was like, Jacob said the same thing, like we have the same theory that it's her and not Eva. So Laura said that she hasn't suspect either of them until Leslie started talking. That's what I said. Why are you there talking? Laura said, I didn't expect either of them would do that to me. So until she started talking about Eva and stuff like that, about my job, yeah. So it really made Dana Leslie look suspicious as hell, in my opinion. But she also pointed out that she would have been back to work a few weeks ago if it wasn't for that potassium spike, which caused her to have the cardiac arrest. So they trying to like put two and two together. Kat is like Inspector Gadget. Okay, she is on the case. So Kat remembered the potassium spike and causing the heart attack. And she was just wondering aloud. She said, I heard this like on a true crime podcast. I'm like, not Kat listening to a true crime podcast about how the person always come back to finish the job. If they ain't do it right the first time, they will spin the block and finish the job. So she said, if one of them who ran you off the road came back to finish the job by give you a potassium overdose. Laura was shooken because she was like, is I'm still in danger? And Kat promises her that she said probably not. And she promises she gonna get to the bottom of this. And she said she gonna talk to security to ensure that Dana Leslie on her aliases or Eva don't get access to this room again. And Kat made a promise to figure out who did this to Laura. So she's on a mission. Like I said, she's on her Inspector Gadget mess. So yeah. This is juicy. So Tomas met up with Eva. He saw Eva at Offergene's because she was already there earlier with Ted. Okay, so she joked about whether Kat would be okay if them talking. She always joked every time her and Tomas talk. And he said out loud, he also shared that Leslie blaming her for Laura's accident. And Eva is stunned. I'm like, why are you stunned? You've been seeing the moves your mama been making. Why are you shocked? She like, it would be irritating. I know you want to see the woman who once was your mother. Like, you see the moves she's been making lately. She's cool. She's crazy. She's a psychopath. So why are you shocked that she would kind of like put the blame on you about Laura accident? Okay, whether she's planning or not. So yeah, so Eva was stunned. Tomas explained that Kat had recorded Dana Leslie on her aliases to implicating her. Eva said she doesn't even know how to ride a motorcycle because but her I guess her stepdad Alan did because he had a bike. So I guess that's the bike Dana Leslie on her aliases was riding initially when she rode drove Laura off the road. So she shared that tidbit. Um, so Tomas said Dana Leslie might be deflecting about her own guilt of the whole thing, how everything went down. And he also shares a little tidbit about himself, about how he used to like to fix car with his dad and stuff. And they're trying to bond and stuff. I didn't like how he just really shared like all the information about what Cat shared with him to Eva. But it seemed like he's like more on Eva's side, or he like Eva more. So next time you run into Cat, homie, I'm gonna need you to lay that to rest. Lay that relationship to rest. Tell her like you do not want to be with her. Okay? Leave her alone. Please and thank you. Because the way you moving, the way you just so willing to talk with your loose lips to Eva about everything that Cat shared with you is a red flag for me. It seemed like you're not interested in Cat. So just tell her that. It seemed like you're more interested in Eva. And it seemed like you and Eva gel well since y'all come from humble beginnings. And yeah, so he also shared that about him and Cat relationship. He said everything was good until she talking about you and stuff. Because he offered her to go to dinner. She said he shared that she wanted to go to the police station, trying to get you in jail. That really pissed me off. Like, dude, yeah, stay away from Cat. You is no good. I do not trust Tomas with Cat at all. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure if Kat found out, she will be highly upset, more than upset when she saw you and Eva at Uptown holding hands. So yeah. Um Eva says confusing sometimes because Leslie is cold, but otherwise she's loving. I mean, she used to Dana Leslie before they moved to DC. She used to the Dana Leslie that she grew up with in Chicago when she was married to Alan before Alan died. But now she become cold since they moved here. She's cold. Um and she is not loving anymore. And they held hands for 1 minute. And Eva's is startled by Kat determined about her taking responsibility of Kat is determined, but Kat is determined to take down Eva, but Eva is determined to take responsibility in her part. But Tomas said, "No, it's not all you." I'm like, well, it is, even though it's not all her, even though her mama did all the action, but you was initially part of the plan from the beginning, and you had plenty of time to divert from this plan that your mama had laid out. It's like, are you okay? Like, you don't remember, but like he's really trying to like comfort her, say it's not all her fault. Well, she partially to blame, and I commend her for taking her part in a situation, in a feud. Like, she doesn't blame Kat for trying to like take up for her family and stuff like that. She doesn't blame her because the way she infiltrated their family, Nicole and Ted family. So yeah, so that was the end of that scene. Eva was prepared to leave, offered Jean, then Dana Leslie came in. And and Leslie Eva asked her where, like, why did you come? What was you doing? Like, she said she missed the lunch, birthday lunch that she had with Ted. And Leslie said that she was watching her wigs. She was being an asshole to Eva. And Eva confronted her about, like, I hear you trying to tell people that I ran Laura off the road, baby. Yeah, so that's pretty much the end of that. So back at the station, Kat returned, even though Jacob told her not to. And she returned to tell Jacob that she saw Dana Leslie on her aliases in Laura's hospital room, which is highly suspicious as hell, in my opinion. She and Laura both suspect that the person who ran her off the road is the same one who gave her the potassium, made her potassium spike and make her go into cardiac arrest. But the doctor did say the potassium spiking like that could be natural. Sometimes it could be natural. And Warren Ketta, he need hard evidence and not theories. And he admit to he gonna check Leslie and Eva's alibis for that night. And you know, Kat is frustrated. So that was like basically the end of the episode for 56. So yeah, that is it for episode 55, 56. Let's Dana Leslie is stupid for trying to cover her tracks, and she making things worse in my opinion. But you know, but you back her into a corner, you might feel her wrath if she feel like she back into a corner. And I wouldn't be surprised she really tried to blame it on Eva for real, even though she's saying that it wasn't Eva, but yeah. It's just weird. Also I can't wait to meet Sharon. Can't wait to see Sharon come into play, and I want to see what's up with more with Tracy and her and Tracy relationship. And I'm over this Ashley and Derek and Andre of it all, because it seemed like when Derek came to the house and he heard Ashley and Andre and he walked away. So I don't know, is this supposed to be a setup for her to be with Andre? I don't know. I don't care to see it. I really don't care. And I really don't care about Derek and Ashley's storyline. I really don't. What else? And what else happened? I want to talk about Dani. Andre want a relationship with Dani to be public. That's a no-go. Doug, Vanessa really don't care about. But Joey is determined to get into Vanessa's real estate business by all means. Yeah, I can't wait to see what comes of Dani and Pamela's modeling agency. And we didn't see Chelsea too much yet, or Martin. I wish I would see them instead of Ashley and Derek, but here we are. Hopefully we can put this Ashley and Derek mess to rest this week. I did not like them. They my least. And then comes Doug and Vanessa storyline. It's Ashley, Derek, Andre, and then Vanessa, Doug, and Joey. I really don't care about those too much. I just care about the main core mostly, but we shall see how their storyline, will their storyline get more juicy? I will be here for it, but right now it's like everybody getting on my nerves. Ashley and Derek just need to go ahead and break up. Nothing he does satisfy her. Just go ahead and bend over for Andre. Like she really wants to. Yeah, because she know how Andre feels for her, and he's trying to kiss her, so she might as well. Because one minute you hot, it's like you hot and cold with Derek. It's like one moment you're good, you want to make love in the bed, and next thing like you still here, you get on my nerves and stuff like that. Like you hung up the towel wrong or something. She is really, 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 really getting on my nerves. Yes, they do. As soon as possible. They need to wrap that up. I can't with those two. The next in line for being least interesting. They need to either Doug gonna tell his wife about the whole thing, or he just gonna let Joey in on her trick of Vanessa into getting laundering money through her real estate business. So we shall see, but they do need to wrap it up. And I don't know what make of their marriage, and he need to come clean about the gambling debt. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And I'd rather see Martin and this nightmare dream come to fruition. I'd rather see Bill and Haley trying to make a baby than to see Ashley and Derek and Andre thing. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'd rather see those happen. I'd rather deal with those. And that's saying a lot because Martin, he was getting on my nerves initially because he got anger issues and especially how he treat his husband. I do not like that at all. So yeah, I'd rather see Martin and Smitty than Ashley and Derek. I can't be the only one feeling that way. I know I'm not the only one feeling that way because I be on social media and I be seeing all the things like she gotta go, they gotta go. That's all I be seeing. Like I know they not gonna set her up to be with Andre. That's all I've been seeing. So yeah. Thank you all for listening to me rant and talk about Beyond the Gates episodes 55 and 56. Are y'all feeling the new Ted played by Keith D. Robinson? Like, let me know. Are you feeling the new Ted? I mean, I got to get used to it not seeing Maurice playing Ted, so definitely got to get used to it. So, we know that Keith can act and sing, so I'm pretty sure he will blend in real good after a while. Just got to get used to hearing him and in the scenes with these characters. Yeah, so I don't mind him at the moment. So yeah, that's all I have, and I will see y'all in the next video. What you say to Harold? I am the new Ted. I am the new Ted is better actor, but the OG was better looking. Dang. So one had this quality, the other one had this. I hear you. I see you, Harold. I feel you on that one. I feel you on that one. And thank you for coming through, chatting with me about these characters. And I will see y'all in the next one. And if y'all into Real Housewives of Atlanta, later today I'm having a panel with Miss Kira Speaks and Shayna MCD. We are going to talk about and Candy Love. We're going to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 11. So if you're into Real Housewives of Atlanta, please come through later and chat it up with us about the episode. Yes. Thank you for coming through. Bye, y'all.